Hello, my little chudlings. Welcome back to another video and my first in my brand new, very cool studio. I just wanted to make a short video addressing that I still have a friend. I still have a friend who, no matter how much evidence you show him, no matter how hard you pile it on, this guy, he still thinks that COVID-19 came from a bat falling in the soup. It doesn't matter that there's testimony and there's court proceedings going on that expose that that's not how it happened and it was a lab leak. But this guy, even Anthony Fauci isn't championing it. My friend won't plead the fifth, but he should. Uh, no, he is still championing the position that this was just bad luck. COVID-19 was just bad luck. And I just want to talk about people like that. I just want to talk about people who refuse to accept that they're a human and refuse to accept that they have bias and refuse to accept that they judge other people based on these biases. They somehow think they are not biased at all. And that by continuing to speak on things they don't understand, it somehow makes them seem more knowledgeable to other people. I don't exactly know where I'm going with this. I'm just very annoyed by this kind of person. I'm very annoyed by the know-it-all who refuses to accept that they might not know it all. Which is in a way myself. I think everyone struggles with being a little overconfident. But I think there comes a point when you realize as an adult that actually it's more beneficial to you to assume you're wrong than to assume you're right about everything. And there's a lot of room for growth when you assume you're wrong. Um, I've been wrong about the majority of things in my life. I'm a very wrong person. I just love being wrong. It's kind of sick. It means I can be right later. But there's one thing I was right about, which is that that whole COVID-19 thing was just a little suspicious. I mean, the government wasn't acting right, doctors weren't acting right, the advice seemed a little off. Don't go out in the sun. It's not the sun all of a sudden isn't good for you. Stay in your house. There's nothing that could outweigh the safety of staying in your house. And then I mean everyone suffered. And then but like my point is like you see that happen in the modern day. We have our own little every generation has their own little event where like we can't trust our government. You know, it was 9/11 and then what? I don't know, probably some with the housing crisis. I was very little at the time. But now we have, my generation's little COVID-19, like, okay, we can't trust the government. We can't trust people that are labeled as experts because they're being labeled as experts by people who don't have your best interest in heart. Um, and what do we do about all that? Well, we simply march down the line and listen to everything these people say because that's clearly the only way out of this. Or you can take the route I took, which is to not really trust anything, and not to the level that you're a paranoid schizophrenic, but you don't want to trust anything unless it immediately affects you and you need to start looking into it. And this may be a completely stupid point, but in my opinion, there are too many things in this world for you to worry about. And the only things you should actually worry about are the things that are directly affecting you. Because fortunately, everyone has a cell phone now, and everyone is capable of getting their voices out for better or for worse. And the people who were once, shut down voices that could never reach anyone, and oppression was really oppressing them to the point where they couldn't speak on what was happening to them. Those times are gone. Even if one person is getting like abused by a corporation, a government, another person, they upload that shit and it gets hundreds of thousands of views, sometimes millions, sometimes none, but nonetheless, everyone has the ability to speak out about things that are directly affecting them. So my point in all of this is, unless it's directly affecting you, why are you even speaking on it? Why are you wasting your time? How about you go back to speaking about the things that are affecting you? Have you thought of that? Have you considered that, maybe. It's an interesting thought, in my opinion, is what if you actually just address the stuff in your own life instead of purposefully ignoring the shit in your own life for some semblance of virtue by sticking up for people that don't even know you. Now, this all loops full circle into my friend and why he is sticking up for a government that's fucked him over. Well, for a few reasons, and why he still chooses to believe a lie just for the sake of holding on to this worldview that doesn't exactly prove anything. Um, he's really holding tightly on to this idea that my government wouldn't have done that to me, and the experts wouldn't lie. There's something about the experts that people consider being separate from human. It's like this immutable characteristic. Once you become an expert, it's like ascending to godhood, and all of a sudden you can only speak truth. You can only do what's in your nature, and you can never, you lose your free will when you become an expert. You just become like a servant of the science. I don't really know what to say about these people besides they are ultimately human, and they ultimately have their own motivations, biases, and lies. So, once again, just because someone has expert in front of their name, do not trust them. Just because someone has doctor, Mr., Mrs., any title, foreman, don't trust your foreman. You work construction? Don't trust him. I mean, do what he says because it's on him if you fuck up, but don't trust him. Don't trust him. Uh, don't trust really anyone but your friends and family. Um, and even then be skeptical. Even then be skeptical. There is no characteristic that a human can have, no matter their relation to you, that will make it so they don't fuck you over. I sound like I'm so betrayed right now. Nothing's happened to me to bring me to this conclusion of mistrust besides just seeing people lie. And the lies don't really affect me, but it's just like, damn, you're still lying. Like the government, you're still lying. The experts, you're still lying. Sometimes friends, you're still lying. Even sometimes family, you're still lying. The best thing you can do is become radically individualistic and embrace exactly who you are, no holds barred, and just live in a world with other people like that. Because once that happens, once everyone is radically individualistic, we might actually come to a consensus on what the truth is through our 100 different perspectives on one truth. We might find the commonality between that. But until then, keep struggling, keep fighting yourself, keep enjoying your own suffering, keep being obsessed with everything negative in the world, and go outside, maybe, or just play video games all day and don't sleep. That's about it. See ya.